This is episode 175. How do you stay in such a good shape? Welcome everybody to another episode here in Body and Mind Transformation by Custom Body Fitness. This is your health coach, Sandro Torres. And today I am going to share with you a small talk that I had with a special individual. He has an amazing energy. I can just only say good things about him. He's a filmmaker, and I learned a lot from him. I had a lot of questions about filming, and not only that, but also I met his dad, which both of them go by the same name, Klaw, and his dad is 105. So I also asked his dad, how did he manage to live to so far 105? He's gonna get older. And he also gave me his insight, and I share that with you. I also share with you how to stay in shape, how to develop strong muscles and get tone, because that is exactly what Klaw's son asked me, and I give him my tips, and I decided to write and make a talk about it. So I know many times we talk about exercise and eating healthy, and that's basically what we do, right? But right here, I give specifics about what you should be expecting in your journey and what you should be doing. And more than anything, everything falls into discipline. So I give you tips right here how to discipline your body. So without more introduction, let's listen to the talk. At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family, because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness. Welcome everybody to another talk here with your health coach, Sandro Torres. Last weekend, my family and I, we went out to eat breakfast. And in the restaurant, I met a couple of very cool and nice guys. I introduced myself. I noticed this old man that he had a smile, so I say hello. And I wanted to help him, but at the same time, something stopped me to help him walk into the restaurants. Anyway, that was the introduction. Then I reserved my table, step out. Then I came back and we were seated by the table of these two guys. The name of these two guys are Klaw. It's Klaw's dad and Klaw's son. So I start talking to Klaw's son. We start exchanging a couple words here and there, and he asked me, what do you do to stay in such a great shape? So I tell him what I do. I say I exercise 5 times a week, I eat healthy, and I hike a couple times a week. And I said, this is what we do for this is what I do for living. And I give him a quick explanation about what I do for living. Then I talked to Klaw's dad, and I asked him his age, and he told me that he is 105. That's when I find out that he was 105 years of age. And I asked him, I got curious, and I asked him, how do you manage to live 105 years? And he told me that he exercised. He said, I exercise. You need to exercise to get to my age. Do everything you can, push-ups, swimming, stretching, squats, anything you can. The more you move, the better. As you get older, you're going to slow down, and you want to fight that. You want to fight that slowing down by exercising and stretching. Then I asked him, what else do you do? What about you eating? He said, I get rid of my fats, sugars, and no alcohol. And the last thing he told me is stay positive and don't look at the negative side. Always look at the positive. I think I learned a lot from this, from Klaw's dad. Then my food was served and I started eating. But I couldn't stop thinking about the question that Klaw's son asked, which was, how do you stay in such good shape? And then I turned around and I told Klaw's son, I said, I think I can give you a better answer. I don't think I answered your question correctly. This is what I do to stay in shape. I've exercised. I do weightlifting 5 times a week. And I told him that my routine, what I do every day, and how do I weightlift. But I told him, it seems like you exercise, but you want to look ripped and you want to grow muscle. He said, yes. And that's the reason why I ask you, because it seems like you are unique. The way you present with your physique, you're looking great. And I say, I think I have the answer for you. So all my years of experience with myself and training other people, what I noticed that give you results is not only the weightlifting, it's the discipline of the weightlifting, the consistency of the weightlifting. So what I notice is the people who get results are the people who are disciplined. They're exercising 3 to 4 times a week and lifting the weights. While the people who don't deliver results are the ones they don't do that. Plus, there is one more thing that you should add there. Your body accustomed to the resistance that you put it into. And what you want to do to grow your muscle and to tone your body is increase your weightlifting as your body allows it. It's called overloading. For example, if you squat 50 pounds, you need to squat those 50 pounds. Of course, you have your repetitions and sets and so on, as many times, as many weeks as needed. And then all of a sudden, those 50 pounds are going to get easier. Then you need to challenge to the 60 pounds, and it's going to get difficult again, like you're starting over. And then you're going to push. And in one point in your life, after a few weeks, those 60 pounds are going to get easier. And then you're going to go to 70s and then continue that pattern until whatever you hit your goal, because you can continue lifting as your body gets stronger. Of course, there is a plateau, there is a limit, but you need to push it. The same with your chest, the same with any muscle group that you're working out. Now, the mistake is that many people put excuses. Many people are, when they're in pain, when they're depressed, when they are stressed, when they have a lot of work, when something hurts, when whatever, they stop exercising, they stop progressing. So what you really need to do is, no matter what happened, if you're in pain, if you're depressed, if you don't have the energy, if you lost your job, if you get in divorce or whatever, you need to be consistent when you lift with your weightlifting. And what is more important, with the progress of the weightlifting that I just told you, you need to overload your body no matter what. You need to be very disciplined with that. And then Klaw's son told me that that's why he admired my body, because of the discipline. And he said, well, I think because he's a filmmaker, he records commercials for big companies. And he said, I think that should be your advertising. You, instead of telling that you help people tone their body and lose weight, you should be focusing on telling people that you help them become disciplined. And then we start talking about how important is discipline. We start talking about that your brain works the same way than your muscles. Your brain, the way it works is, if you are afraid of pain, if you are afraid of the weight, if you are afraid of how difficult it's going to be, or so on, you need to take the first step. You need to challenge that fear and do it. And as you continue doing it every day, your brain becomes stronger, it develops a strength. And then the next time it gets easier, and easier. Yeah, in the beginning it's difficult, like any weightlifting. But if you challenge your body to become disciplined, so then what you're gonna do, your body's gonna become stronger every time. And then you come to the point that you become very disciplined. And that's exactly what I tell Klaw. And I'm very grateful, and I believe I'm blessed because I grew that discipline when I was very young. I think when you get older, it gets a lot more difficult to develop that discipline, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. You can start at any time, but it gets more difficult. And I'm very blessed that I developed that discipline in the beginning. And he said, it makes sense. And that's what I'm going to apply. I'm going to be thinking about you when I start going to the gym and start overloading my weights. And no matter what happened in my life, I'm just going to go and push. And that's the key. Of course, there is exceptions when you have a sprained muscle or ligament, when you have a broken bone or things like that, they won't allow you to exercise. But when you have any acute injury, anything that you can take care of while you're exercising, you should continue exercising. When you have a muscle trigger knot, when you have a bruise because you hit yourself, you fall, or anything like that, that should not be stopping you from your weightlifting. It's not a chronic injury, it's just acute injury that you can continue taking care of as you continue exercising. I want you to think about becoming disciplined, not about lifting those weights. If you become disciplined, then the weights are going to become easier. You need to strengthen your mind to be able to strengthen your body. So the key, once again, to become stronger and to tone your body is to be disciplined. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for listening to this conversation. Please share with somebody who needs to listen to it so you can be a hero to that person, hero to me, to help me grow our channel or our podcast. And I really appreciate you continue following us, and we're gonna be tuning in the next talk.
I hope you liked the conversation. Very basic points, right? For you to stay in shape, to live long, all you have to do is exercise and eat healthy. Very simple, right? Look at the positive things of life as well. But if you want to tone your body and if you want to develop big muscles, strong muscles, you need to be disciplined. And you can discipline your body by repetitive doing the things that you don't like to do. Doesn't matter how many times you fail. If you continue doing it, it's going to come to the point that you're going to strengthen your brain to the point that it's going to become disciplined, and you can transfer that to your weightlifting. And for you to be disciplined on your weightlifting, you need to continue lifting heavy weights no matter what happens. Otherwise, you lose the muscle that you've been gaining and fighting for all your life. So apply that into your life and you're gonna look ripped. Hopefully you like it. You like this talk. Please share with somebody who needs to listen to this recommendation. You do them a favor. You do me a favor, and you feel good for doing that. Remember to stay close to God, mentally and physically healthy, and we're gonna tune in the next episode.